Two peas in a bong.
Two peas in a bong. Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas
bong.
in a bong.
What's up, y'all? Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And trying to recover from the presidential debate. It's your boy Bond. What's going on?
Oh man, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch the debate, but
I'm gonna have
man,
to see the recap.
yeah.
Yeah, at some point in time, I think Donald Trump and Joe Biden were talking about playing a game of golf to determine who wins the presidency. So that's where we are in 2024. It's like a real life reality TV show. But
Hey,
man,
G Sleaze is
here
in
we
the
are.
building already.
Please.
on the drive home. He catching us
Yes,
on the
sir.
drive home. So
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man,
all
you know
good.
what it is.
Keep the eyes on the road, G Sleaze. So man, I mean, we're gonna get right to it, but from what transpired today, the topic we're gonna talk about today made me think about something, man. A father and son, a senior and a junior. And that was September 14th, 1990.
I know
A
where you're going
baseball
with this.
duo.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr. made history.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing against the Angels and they hit back-to-back home runs.
Yeah.
So senior went first, junior followed. They both hit home runs, the only father-son duo in the history of Major League Baseball to do that. Still stands. So we have a new situation that transpired today with another senior and a junior. And this duo is taking it from the backyard of the Cliff Huxtable and Theo Huxtable one-on-one games that they had. And they're going to, they bringing it live to the NBA. Because earlier,
Tinseltown.
earlier was announced, and with the 55th pick in the NBA draft, the 2024 NBA draft, the Lakers select Bronny James. Thoughts, fellas? Let me know what y'all think.
Ubang, go on your rant. Go on your rant.
Hey,
Let's go.
So here's my thing. And I wasn't gonna say too much, but first off, I think it's blasphemous to have Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. And mention them in the same sentence as LeBron James Sr. and LeBron James Jr. But that's first and foremost.
Fair enough.
Second off, I don't even know where to start because there's so many angles I really want to hit. But I'll say that Bronny, or LeBron James Jr., affectionately known as Bronny, should not have been drafted. Free agent pickup at best on a two-way contract. But I understand he's the son of LeBron James. All right, LeBron James is essentially playing the role of player coach and GM, right? He brought in his head coach, so there's no doubt about it. He was going to bring his son in. I don't know if I sent you guys the the video clip before he got drafted of Bob Myers, who's now on the ESPN NBA NBA Tonight or NBA on ESPN
Yeah.
crew, where he said that Rich Paul basically called every team in the NBA and said, "Do not touch Bronny James, or else he's going to go play in Australia."
I saw that. Yeah.
To which I say, what kind of fucking bizarro world are we living in that a nigga who's not even draft worthy, averaged 4 points a game last year, is being told has his agent strong arming teams not to draft him so that he could fall to the Lakers?
Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Either one of
but
y'all. Are y'all
Absolutely
surprised?
not. We saw this. We saw
we
this.
saw it coming a year ago.
We knew that this was going to happen. So we had a year to basically whatever feelings we had, it was time to get over them because it was happening. Now, let me ask you something. Because you said what kind of bizarre world do we live in where stuff like this happens, right? That was what you said, right, Ubang?
Not where stuff like this happens, where this happened.
Okay, well, yeah,
Like,
where this happens. Okay.
Yeah. This happened. It's not stuff, nigga. Ain't no shit. I ain't got no other thing to compare this to.
Okay, so Bronny James, 19-year-old, son of LeBron James, out of USC, drafted to the Lakers, right? All right,
Okay.
Right,
so,
nigga.
hey man, listen, take the ride with me, take the journey with me.
I'm like,
Come on,
where,
man.
where are we going?
I'm
Yeah,
riding
right.
shotgun. I got you. I'm riding shotgun. Go ahead, Kev. I hear you.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
There you go.
Story time with okay, so who's the controlling owner right now for that organization?
LeBron James.
No.
Jeannie
Like,
Buss.
exactly, Jeannie Buss. Okay,
with
so, huh? So
He said he
Jeannie
fucking with
Buss. So Jeannie Buss.
Uh-huh.
She got her first opportunity from her father, Dr. Jerry Buss, when she was studying at USC at the age of 19. The first thing that he did for her was he made her general manager of the world team tennis called the Los Angeles Blades. So, World Team Tennis, it folded in 1978. It was back revived in 1981, and it folded again in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
But by then, she had bought another organization like roller hockey organization. So she got her start at 19 from her dad. Fast forward to now, she's carved out a
I thought this nigga
career.
was about to say the roller derby where they was on
Nah.
roller skates knocking each other over.
No. But fast forward her career now, and she is controlling owner of the Lakers and the president of the Lakers organization. She actually owns 66% of the team as well. So she's had a successful career, and in 2020, she won her first championship as team president and, controlling owner for the Lakers. So we could talk about the bubble chip, the Mickey Mouse chip, whatever we want to talk about. She has one as president with LeBron James being there. So her situation and how she got her start with the Lakers organization, you could say it's kind of similar as to how Bronny is getting his start with the Laker organization.
So are you saying that she held this close to heart and that's why she was on board with pushing for this to happen for him?
Absolutely. But if you look at this though, and not to go too far off, if you look at LeBron James as a player, LeBron James is, you know, thrives when he has shooters around him, right? He always talks about shooting. You it's a premium on shooting. The Laker coach that he got is known as a shooter. The Laker pick, the first round pick, is known as a shooter. So
Okay.
this whole thing was catered to LeBron, the whole draft process. So yeah, Jeannie kept it close to heart, and she catered to LeBron with all of this.
So, couple things in the chat
Okay.
real
So
quick.
hold
Couple
on.
things in the chat real
Okay.
quick. I don't want it to. I don't want
I
to
knew
get.
I'd get you ready, Ubag.
I don't want to get
I knew
too
I'd
far
get you.
ahead.
I knew I'd get you ready.
I don't want to get too far ahead. I'll let Ubong address that really quickly. But
know he's boiling. He's like,
yo, real quick. So G
Go for
Sleeve
it.
says that Rich Paul held the NBA at gunpoint. So I don't know who was that you,
The
Kevin,
ski mask way.
Yeah.
that was talking about Rich Paul. Okay, so I mean,
no. Uban mentioned Rich Paul.
That was me.
okay,
Yeah.
that said he made the call to the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
That was Ubong. So G Sleeves responded to that. And then SC Bread Gullah accent back in the building says it's not what you know, but who you know. Doc Rivers, Austin Rivers. So he's bringing up
Again.
a father-son duo that's not playing on the court, but
Hold
it
on.
was
Come
a
on, man.
coach and
Come
son.
on, man. Can I is there anything else?
I mean, man, you want to keep disregarding all the
Hey.
comparisons, but people are gonna throw them out there,
Listen,
man. Like it's all kind of father son.
I want to address G. Let me
hold
address G Sleeves before you go in, Ubang.
Okay.
The whole he said holding the NBA at gunpoint or holding the Lakers at gunpoint?
The NBA.
The entire league.
The NBA at gunpoint.
Okay. Yes, he did hold him at gunpoint.
Thank you.
Because I'm thinking, if I'm another team, I'm drafting Bronny and I'm holding this nigga hostage. LeBron,
but why don't you though? If you're if you're another team, why don't you draft him? Is it because of what? Is it because of what Ubang says?
That's what I say. He held him at gunpoint.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let me finish this. Is it because of what Ubang said, where he's saying he's not draftable? He shouldn't have been drafted. Like in no other case should he be drafted, or is it because you're talking about Rich Paul and them and LeBron, they got power and they really flexing on the rest of the NBA?
Because what happens in a situation like that is there are teams out there that are willing to draft Bronny out of spite.
Yeah.
Simply out of spite, right? Or out of, like, hey, LeBron, we can dangle, your kid, this draft pick of your kid over your head and say, hey, come play with us this year.
Yeah, we're holding them hostage.
Right? So but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's a bizarro world, because we're talking about a kid who averaged 4 points last year. And there was a scenario where if Rich Paul doesn't threaten that he's going to go play in Australia, a team may have drafted him. And even that team wouldn't have been drafting him because he's the best player in that position. It would have been just to either lure LeBron or to spike the Lakers, right?
So
all
what
morning they were
difference
talking
does
about
that?
how
So what difference does that make? Why didn't they do it then? Because Rich Paul flexed?
Yeah, that's why I said he held him at
and what I said,
so his
and what
flex
I told
is strong
anybody
enough for the rest of the NBA to say, nah, we ain't gonna, all right, Rich, we not gonna touch him.
What I'm saying to anybody that would listen was, if I was the team in that position and hear Rich Paul's threat, I'm gonna draft him anyway.
That's what I'm asking you, Ubang. I'm saying why didn't they though?
But
because to me the reason why they didn't.
I think
because it wasn't worth
powers. Because it's bigger powers behind this.
What are the bigger powers? That's what I'm asking. Like, what's the reason why?
Adam Silver.
Okay.
This is a situation, I've said it before. There's a lot of history and first-time things that have taken place with Adam Silver as the GM. The first one I could think of off the top of my head.
Commissioner.
Yeah, commissioner. Yeah, Adam Silver. The first thing I could think of off the top of my head is Jason Collins. being the first openly gay basketball player to come out and say it while he was still playing in the NBA. And if anyone was watching the NBA then, it was like a celebration every time Jason Collins went to town. He got a standing ovation. It was, he was a rock star for a year in the NBA. Donald Sterling was banned for life
Jason Collins was a rock star in the NBA.
for a year. Yeah, he was, when he was getting the standing ovations at different arenas.
He was
And
championed as
yeah,
right.
as a hero. And the dude's jersey sales was crazy that year. But so Adam Silver now again on the brink of history. This is the first time a father and son, they weren't even saying, see, the narrative, you got to read the narrative. The narrative never said that they could play in the league at the same time. The narrative was always father and son playing together.
And LeBron said it openly.
So it was already, I'm just saying, so
LeBron
the script
said
was
it
already
openly.
there.
Wait. Please clarify, what are you saying?
I'm
what do
saying,
you think he meant? What do you think father and son playing together means?
I'm saying it meant
Bron said it.
Right. That's what I'm
on the
saying. What do you
same
think it
team.
means?
Not
Like,
at
why are
the
you
same
saying it like it's a gray area, nigga? Like,
No, he's saying what you're saying, DP. He's saying that
I'm not
LeBron
saying it like
made
it's a
it
gray
clear.
area. I'm saying it was clear. It was always clear that they were going to play together. The script was
on the same team.
Was
right.
already there. It was saying that father and son have never played together. It didn't say that the script never read father and son are playing in the NBA at the same time. They never said that, because that's never happened either. But it was always said father and son have never played together. So you knew going into this, they were always going to play together. That was always the script.
So again,
okay.
now I don't want. I know you had something to say, DP, but I just want to get back to that original point you made. Right? Kev said he's taking us on a ride. Okay, I hop in the car, nigga. Kev,
flat tires.
Nigga, Kev backed out the. Nah. He listen. Nigga backed out the driveway. He backed out the driveway, turned around, and then reversed the car back into the driveway. So he just pulled.
hey, nigga made 4 right turns.
So hear me out, man. I get it. Okay. There's a lot of comparisons being drawn. Anytime we could draw a comparison to some kind of nepotism, right? Everybody's gonna reach to that. And honestly, that's been a sentiment on Twitter. Like, the sentiment on Twitter has been like, if you're LeBron James and you have a son and you have the opportunity to have your son drafted to play with you on to play on the same team as yourself, right? Who wouldn't do that as a father? We're all fathers. If we could do it, absolutely we would. Right. I don't have a problem with nepotism, right?
Which is what I was going to ask y'all.
I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. That is an organization that the nepotism runs so deep that these motherfuckers can't win shit because none of them know shit, right? They're good business people, but they don't know anything about football operations.
But that's front office stuff, like that.
But again, because Kev, but listen, because Kev mentioned Jeannie Buss, right? So I'm trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
Now I'm in with that. I'm whipping the caddy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. All right. I feel you. Hey, man, I done weighed you down. You pulled over. I'm sitting in there now.
My thing is, I'm not opposed to nepotism in any fashion, in any form, right? If you can do something for your kid and let them start on third base, that's great. What I'm not going to subscribe to is you telling me that as a fan of the Lakers, I can't be upset that we have to fucking put somebody's kid who doesn't deserve a spot on the roster just because his daddy is LeBron James.
Pause.
So
if it was the Clippers, would you have a problem with it? Or any other team in the league, would you have a problem with it?
Any other team, because this is a public arena, right?
No. You would have a problem if it's any other team. Doesn't matter who drafted you. You have an issue.
I would
But you
I
said
would
as a
laugh at
Lakers
it.
fan.
Listen, I would
He's
laugh
more
at it.
invested.
Exactly. I'm
He's
invested with the
mostly
Lakers.
invested.
Right. This is why I'm asking him. If it
Yes,
wasn't the Lakers, would you have a problem with it?
I would laugh at it because it's buffoonery,
Would-
regardless who does it. So what I'm saying is the only
Okay.
reason I have a problem with it is because it's my team that I root for. Yes, great. Nepotism is great if whatever you can have it. But as a fan of the Lakers, I don't give a fuck about LeBron James and his son connecting and doing whatever father and son things they want to do. You're affecting the team. I think somebody sent me something earlier saying that it was a kid from SC that let me see. I'm pull it up right now.
Boogie Ellis.
Boogie Ellis.
Didn't get
Motherfucker
drafted.
averaged 16.
That and Boogie Ellis is nice.
Motherfucker averaged 16 in an off year this year.
Yeah.
He averaged 16 in the off year this year, right?
Well, they whole
coming down
squad
from
was just not playing up to par. But I went to a game too. I seen Bronny James wasn't playing, but Collier and Ellis were in the lineup, and Ellis was looking like clearly they're number one. And I was talking to you, KP, about him. Like, man,
I remember
he's an NBA talent. Like he can just flat out score.
And Boogie Ellis is getting an opportunity still, Ubong. He's
undrafted.
Yeah, he's undrafted. He's with Sacramento. He's going to play with their summer league team. He opted to do that to keep his options open.
But I think that's kind of what Ubong is saying, that should have been Bronny James versus a Boogie Ellis.
Guess what? It was G Sleaze that sent me a text message from another group chat of his that pointed out Boogie Ellis. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, Boogie Ellis is nice.
The fun. I'm gonna tell you the funny thing is, before this, I predicted that Boogie Ellis would not be drafted.
You did.
That Collier and Bronny would go. Boogie Ellis is probably better than Bronny right now, and he's not going to get drafted. He's going to be the one.
It's I don't know if it's a probably. I think he is, and even if Bronny has gone through all these workouts and trainings and has improved, which I'm sure his game has improved if he's working with his pops and all this stuff, that's great. I'm talking about what you have already put on the table and presented for people to be a judge of and evaluate, as NBA scouts, team scouts, to see if, you think this kid can play professionally. And if you're looking at the resumes, Boogie Ellis, it would be clear has a better resume.
Well, on the college level. On the college, no,
because
are they still in high school? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no. Let me say this. I'm saying on the college level because before going into it, Bronny was a McDonald's All-American.
And I understand.
Come on, man. And that was political too.
Stop,
Stop. No. We got to stop at some point.
I hear you.
That was political. He was like a 3-star in 11th grade.
I agree with you, but you can't take it off the resume.
Okay,
he's got that. So as a McDonald's All-American and as a 5-star recruit, the projection is that you're going to be a one and done.
Then
you're right. And it doesn't go. Yeah, so it's not
right.
It doesn't become a statistical thing of what you did in college your first particular year versus somebody else.
But here's what I should have said. Because resume is the wrong thing to say, right?
Yeah.
It's actually where is your development at? What point have you developed to? And is there potential for you to develop more? Because we're evaluating you based on your skill set, and should we draft you in the NBA? Not were you a 5-star, were you a 4-star? Did you get this? No. And if you look at the performance, like what have you done for me lately? You're only as good as your latest, whatever shit you want to throw out there. If you're looking at where Boogie Ellis is or was at USC, they both were at the same school. If you're looking at their performance, most would say, those who have since would say Boogie Ellis was performing better than probably any guard on that squad, even Collier, who got
Yeah.
drafted.
Yes.
So I mean,
And just to bring home the nepotism thing, I don't want to compare nepotism with ownership to nepotism with a job that you work, right? Like, yes, Jeannie Buss is going to get put in a position to succeed by her father for a team that he owns. Jerry Buss is going to put Jerry Jones is going to put Stephen Jones and Charlotte Jones and all his kids and Jerry Jr. in a position to succeed in the business that he bought with his money and he owns, right? It's a difference. Like, so that nepotism thing, you can say it whatever, you can say it however you want to, but I know there's been a lot of family businesses that are run based off nepotism, and that's how you keep the money in the family. And you keep the Walton family with Walmart, and just all these different families that pass the business down. So it's easy to say, but it's always easy to say that because is it truly nepotism or is it just legacy? Right? I'm just passing this down. Like, what is LeBron doing for Bronny? Like, by him. I'm just gonna ask one question.
Okay.
I want you to answer. By him putting him in the league where he is not, where many would say he did not deserve to be drafted, what benefits does he give to LeBron James Jr. and whoever? I know there was a comment about Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers came into the NBA with a stacked resume. It wasn't nepotism. He didn't come to the league based off his daddy's name. This nigga came to the league as everything you just said.
And
that
not just the
player in the
resume,
country.
Performance too at Duke. So he was still doing his thing too. So
he was highly touted coming out of high school. He did his thing at Duke. He got drafted. He got busy in the NBA. And that shows you that somebody on his level was ultimately a role player. Bronny comes in. Can he even be that? Right? We talk about Lonzo Ball and how his dad and all the talking that he did prior to him being drafted to the NBA put a bullseye on his back. Do you know the fucking size of the bullseye on Bronny's back, bro? Like, this nigga is not going to be in purple and gold.
Is it bigger than a bullseye on Caitlin Clark's?
No,
because she at least has the public on her side. I don't know anybody that's on Bronny's side. There's nobody. Everybody's argument for Bronny is, if I had a son and I was in a position to get him a job that he didn't deserve, I would do the same thing.
One thing you said you talked about nepotism versus legacy. And you talked about families in business passing the business down to their offspring. So in that sense, if they're passing it down to their offspring, a person from the outside doesn't necessarily have a chance to break through. But now we're talking about LeBron James, an NBA basketball player, not a GM, not an owner, but found a way to break through to get his son in the league. You have to respect that. This dude did what is seemingly impossible for people to do. He pulled it off.
But LeBron
is Genghis Khan. This nigga has came from nothing.
If you talk about
to bring his son in and become a billionaire.
If you talk about LeBron James being smart enough to, and I guess again, everything he's done with the blessing of the NBA. How LeBron James has a sports agency that they know he's a part of, but he's kind of like not a part of.
Yeah.
And they allow him to operate. That's
Yeah.
that's the way he was able to let his son come in. But what I'm saying is that's still not legacy. He's still going to have to come in here and play for himself.
Yeah, no.
And what I'm telling you is, listen,
Bless
do you think he has more or less pressure or more or less of a bullseye on his back than Lonzo Ball did coming into the league?
I think he has less of a bullseye, but I'm going to tell
Get
you
the
why.
fuck out of here, man.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to tell
Come
you
on,
why.
bro.
I'm going to tell you
Come
why.
on, bro. Come on, Kev.
I'm going to tell you why.
let
Tell
him
me.
let him tell it.
Lonzo Ball was picked number 2 in the draft. He was number 2. So when you're drafted as a lottery pick, you're looked upon as a franchise player. You're talking about his dad was saying that he was better than Steph Curry right then. LeBron isn't saying any of this.
Am I supposed to be going on the ride with you right now, man? Because I ain't rolling with this.
Hold on.
Kev.
Hold on. Let him finish this point. Let him finish this point.
LeBron isn't saying that his son is better than Steph Curry in Steph Curry's prime. He's not saying that. Bronny was picked at number 55. When in the history of the NBA has the number 55 pick been an impact player?
Okay, hold on to that.
Has
Kevin.
it happened?
Hold on to that. Right, hold on to that point, because I'm gonna get back to that. What you just said, Uban, go ahead, because I know you was about to try to interject and say.
Okay,
say something.
So I just pulled up a quote from LeBron James. This was on February 27th, 2024. That was February 27th.
It's on Twitter. When he went on
February
Twitter,
27th.
I know what you're gonna talk about.
Year of our Lord, 2024. Hold on. No. Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today.
Planting the seed.
That's not putting a bullseye on his back. What I'm saying is Lonzo got picked second because Lonzo went into UCLA and did things that his name is still legendary and respected at UCLA. We can never take that away from him. What he did at UCLA, these niggas was take it back to high school. They was moving their games from Chino Hills to bigger arenas and charging motherfuckers big money to see him and his brothers play. He goes to UCLA, lives up to the hype. Pops is on a world tour. He talking to Donald Trump. He on ESPN. He on Fox Sports every other day. But he's only able to do that because Lonzo was living up to the hype behind closed doors, right? All that being said, what I'm saying is Bronny, they manufactured a 5-star and an All-American in high school. He was a 3-star in 11th grade. Somehow he became a 5-star overnight, and his game didn't say that he was a 5-star, right? We've heard the stories of how every time he at all of his games, there's camera angle, there's 10, 12 different cameras on the floor to catch every angle. So when they put the highlight tape together, when LeBron pays $250,000 to make sure that the highlight tapes come on, they look really good. We'll see the best of what he has. Do you get what I'm saying? All that being said, I think he has more pressure on him. And again, the difference between nepotism and legacy, right, is Bronny is going to have to come out and actually show that he can do something. If you want to talk about legacy, look no further than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. He got a son. His son's name Marcus Jordan.
G Sleeves just said something about that too in the comments.
He got a son named Marcus Jordan. So he said earlier, Mike said, if you can't ball, get your ass off the court. I'm not vouching for your ass. But guess what I will do? Hey, go open a shoe store called Trophy Room out in Florida, right? You got a shoe store. You're going to sell my shoes. You'll get all the exclusive shit, whatever. And you can become successful using my name to build yourself up. So now Marcus Jordan has Trophy Room, right? That's his own business, but that was a legacy play by Michael Jordan. And he does all type of nefarious shit backdooring hype sneakers and all the other shit. He's made millions of dollars legally and backdoor, allegedly. But that's a legacy move because I'm going to set you up and put you in a position where you're going to win and you literally can't lose. I have the biggest name in sneakers ever. What LeBron is doing is putting his son on the world stage and saying, hey, man, I believe that this guy right here can compete. And all it's going to take is a bunch of Pat Beverleys to do the same shit they did to Lonzo. The first time you touch the court, they finna be on your bumper. There's no questions asked.
Before we get into that part, hold on. Before we get into that, because I'm not so sure that will happen. Before we move on, I just wanted to really understand you, Kevin, on the point of why Lonzo has the bullseye that's bigger on his back. Are you saying that it's because he was a lottery pick and there are higher expectations?
There were higher expectations as a lottery pick, and he did not have the protection.
Okay. But so you went on to say something that speaks to the contrary of that, which is, when in history has anyone been so in tune or so anxious about what's happening with the 55th pick in the draft?
That has never happened.
In this draft, that was getting way more attention than who got picked number 2.
Who got picked number 1?
Who got picked number 1? But you were talking about Lonzo Ball, who was picked number 2. So if James is picked 55, right?
Yes.
And now we're looking at, what's he going to do at 55? There's such a big fuss about him at 55. Doesn't that speak to Ubang's point about it being a bigger bullseye because there's more attention on this guy? Who else is really looking at a 55 pick?
That's more. Okay, so I'll say this. That's more eyes. That's not necessarily more. That's not a bigger bullseye. That's just eyes looking to see what he's gonna do. That's not saying that everybody.
What I'm saying is there's already a big fuss about it. And he's the 55th pick, but it's not because he's the 55th pick.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter who was picked before him. The story of the draft and the story going into next NBA season will be what?
Bronny.
So that speaks to Ubang's point.
So
Rich Paul already said.
So I have a question. So,
but can you answer that though before you go on? That doesn't speak to Ubang's point about it being a bigger bullseye.
I still don't feel like it's a bigger bullseye because I still don't think that the expectation him at 55 is going to be the same expectation of Lonzo at number 2.
Okay. Does a bullseye have to be on your back because of expectation? Because people expect you to play well? Is that the only thing that calls for a bullseye? Or could it be, nigga, we own this nigga because we don't think he got the game and he shouldn't be here, or we own this nigga because or he LeBron's son, that's why you here. So we about to lock you up. Do you have to expect that somebody's gonna be great to have a bullseye?
Again, I'm saying it's not gonna be as big as a bullseye because he's going he's gonna be. People aren't gonna go at him the way you guys are thinking. It ain't
the
gonna
old heads aren't gonna go at him the way.
It's not gonna be a bunch of Pat Beverleys. And LeBron is there on the court and on the bench so they can control the environment.
That's the part I was going to get to. They will control, but you don't. So you don't think that they're going to
look at him even worse when your pops got to come and step in when somebody gets a little bit too physical or aggressive with you?
I'm just saying, like, I'm wondering Kevin, I'm wondering how do you think he will be treated then? I guess that's the question I should ask. How do you think he will be treated?
So okay, so last year, their second rounder was Max Lewis. Max Lewis did spend some time in the G League, but he was a two-way guy. He was in the G League with the affiliate team. He was with the Lakers. I think with Bronny as a on this, they're gonna strategically have him play in certain G League games. Now, he might see it more in the G League than he sees it in the actual NBA because his father isn't there on the court as a teammate and
This shit
everything else.
sounds so
But
goofy,
Uh,
man.
but in the NBA,
Nigga, what are we
he's
talking about?
he's not gonna see it. And I'm saying if Bronny averages 4 points a game in the NBA as a rookie, it was a successful year for him as a player, as a 55 pick.
Ubong, you about to say?
Bro, the shit sounds goofy as hell. LeBron has got to come and stand up for you and come and defend you every. Do you know how bad that makes him look? It's gonna be a very bad look for him. And now, when motherfuckers want to get in your head, all they gotta say is, "Bitch, go get your dad."
This
I don't
is
even talk. I won't even talk to you, bitch. Go get your dad.
this is it. I'm gonna tell you, if I think it would look really bad if it was the era that we grew up in. Because this is some shit that couldn't happen when we were growing up. It is a new generation. It is a new day.
Well,
There is shit
So,
that
let,
flies
whoa, whoa,
now
whoa, whoa,
that
whoa,
couldn't
whoa, whoa,
fly
whoa.
then.
Hold on, hold on. If LeBron James was already retired, would Bronny James have gotten drafted by the Lakers?
This year, no.
Period.
This year, no. This year,
Okay.
no. This year,
So
no.
so when we came up, there wasn't anybody who was playing who had their son in a position to come into the league and play with them like that. If I recall, there wasn't no situation or no talk about nothing like that.
No, not at all.
Right. So if you're saying if LeBron's retired, Ubang, do you think if LeBron's retired that Bronny gets
You know, that's
drafted?
this nigga this rhetorical question.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm just
you already
I
know.
just got to put it in the air.
You already
So
know.
if
Hell no.
if that's the consensus, then that just kind of sweeps what you're saying aside. Like it, of course not, right? Like
And
it,
you gotta think. LeBron's been in the game for 20 plus years, right?
right?
Yeah.
Who does that?
All of LeBron's true connections are old dudes. The younger dudes, as they've gotten younger and younger, they don't even respect LeBron that much. They talk greasy about LeBron, like nigga, I'm coming after. Hey, you know when they do
Certain
the little
people.
when they interview these rookies. But what I'm saying is, if they don't have that fear and respect, let me not say respect. If they don't have that fear for LeBron and they're like, hey, I'm willing to go at LeBron, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do to his son that averaged 4 points last year? Any ISO is trying to cook that nigga.
Yeah,
And we talking about clear routes. Now, if you go into a game and everybody's protecting him, like, no, just leave him over there and we'll leave him on the island.
oh, he will be
Coaches should be
protected.
fired.
Yeah,
No, he will
no,
be
he's gonna be.
The
The
scheme
NBA is
schematic wise,
the
they will come
NBA
up with
is
something to protect him on the floor. You better believe that
yeah,
LeBron brought in JJ Redick.
yes.
They have already talked about how and when Bronny will be on the court, what they will do, specific situations, how they'll mask whatever they need to mask, all that kind of stuff. Like he'll
Ubang, the
be
NBA
protected.
is this is entertainment, man. This isn't just basketball. This is entertainment. They've made history. Now it's gotta look good. They can't just make history as father and son to play together and it look like shit. It's gotta be believable.
You know,
Like it has to be. Come on. It's the same what man. Golden State was they've been hiding Curry defensively forever. You don't think that the Lakers can hide Bronny on the
well,
defensive
first of
side?
all,
Or make
he's
it
not gonna
more
be he's not gonna be uh I don't do you think he's gonna get like 15, 20 minutes a
no,
game?
no,
Yeah,
no, not
so
at all. Not at all.
if it's limited action,
Yeah. 10
like
minutes.
First off, Steph Curry had to improve his defense as he got older. And the problem was they really couldn't hide Steph Curry when he got into finals, right? And that was the knock on him early in his finals. A lot of his finals careers, or his final series, was that he was being taken advantage of so much on defense that it was actually affecting his offensive game, right? So Steph
Wasn't
Curry,
Brandon Jennings cooking, cooking that nigga?
you know what I'm saying? So Steph Curry they couldn't hide Steph Curry, right?
Well,
What
they
I'm
could,
saying
and they
is,
couldn't hide him because he had to play. Like he
right,
was,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
what I'm saying is, hey, LeBron, you brought in your coach. Why wouldn't he bring him in as eventually, halfway through the season, towards the tail end of the season, Bronny is a sixth man or seventh man off the bench? Who's stopping that? Like, who's stopping it?
I can't see
Y'all
that.
niggas can't sit here and tell me that this is that we're playing fantasy basketball and that we're playing this is some storybook shit and the niggas gonna play 3 minutes a game. No,
well,
if you want the storybook, bring his
to-
ass in for 10, 15 minutes a game.
to an extent, I do think it's storybook because one of the questions I wanted to ask is this more about when you talked about legacy, Ubang? Yeah, there's some nepotism in there, but is this more about LeBron's legacy?
Absolutely.
Versus
Absolutely.
Bronny playing? Like, is it more about LeBron's legacy? Because now, is this another notch on his belt as
This
the
is
greatest of
cementing
all
him as
time?
the GOAT.
Like man, nobody
He's
did this.
cemented.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, is this
Yeah.
Right,
the legacy thing for LeBron?
Yeah,
but
he's
this
cemented.
notch on his belt does nothing for his legacy. Like, your son playing in the league at the same time as you, or playing on the same team as you, is a great NBA milestone, or as an NBA stat, or an NBA,
We may
something
never
for
see
the
this
NBA.
again, Ubang.
Right, exactly. So that's an NBA thing. It has nothing to do with. It doesn't make LeBron's game any better than what it is. Like, what I'm saying, for what we know LeBron
doesn't.
It
for on the
says that
court,
it says that he withstood the test of time. He's defeating Father Time, even though Father Time
But
is undefeated. He's still beating him.
Kev,
And if the argument is that he is the reason why Bronny is on the team,
That's why I said you gotta respect it.
that's what I'm
That's why I said
saying.
you
Like,
have to
that's not
respect
that
it.
that's not
from
You
LeBron
have to
James,
respect that.
from LeBron James's standpoint, I have the utmost respect for him. I'm just talking about, so that's 5% of it. Great, LeBron James, you stayed in the league long enough, you played in the league long enough that your son could come and play alongside you. That's great. That's longevity. We won't discuss what could be, may be, this, that, and the third. You were in the league 20 plus years, right? Jordan never did it. I think Kobe got to 20, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, his body fell apart. LeBron James, from the looks of things, his body has held up. He's never had a serious injury. I think he had like a few years ago, he had the knee
The growing.
groin, okay,
Yeah.
or something that kept him off like maybe like 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. But he's never really had any major injuries, no breaks, no fractures, no tears,
Yeah.
nothing like that.
Mhm.
And what I'm saying, for 20 plus years, and to move the way that he does, to play above the rim the way that he does, and to consistently still be playing above the rim, that's longevity. Whether his son played alongside him or not, that's longevity that nobody else in the NBA can say that they have. That's first and foremost. Let's strip away that 5%. Everything else about it is bullshit. And as long as we can acknowledge that, respect to LeBron James. And if this is another, if he views this, getting his son into the league, as a notch on his belt, respect to you for that. But that ain't shit.
But
that ain't got
that's
nothing
what
to do with.
hold on though. I think you missing what I'm asking though. I get what you're saying. Uban. My nigga Uban, like, nigga, I get what you're saying.
Nigga Ubang is boiling.
I listen.
How
I
dare
get.
you, nigga?
I get what
know
you're
it's
saying.
bullshit. Just
But what I'm asking you is it more about his legacy than about Bronny playing? That's if it's more about his legacy, then it's not just 5%. That's what it's about. Do you get what I'm saying? It's more about the legacy Or do
I
you
get it.
really expect that Bronny will be a star in the NBA, or is it more so LeBron's getting to play with his son?
If it's about legacy and it's about that, what it shows me is that I think LeBron is more selfish than anything.
Come on,
Like,
man. Sue me. I'm rooting for everything that's black. Come
So,
on,
no, no,
man.
so
no,
what?
no. Of
Well,
course,
we
listen. At
just,
the end of the day,
but we just had an episode. The last episode, we just asked, does LeBron James have the Lakers handcuffed? So
he
we already
does.
know that.
No, but what I'm saying is, if the motivation is strictly to put another notch in his belt, that hey, this is another reason, another stat that shows that I beat Father Time by dragging my son, who doesn't deserve to be in this position, And again, what it does for the psyche of his son. Remember, he started out saying, "Hey, man, Bronny is looking. Bronny is better than a lot of these dudes I'm seeing on League Pass." A few months later, there was an updated statement that said, "Just let him be a kid." My nigga, you not letting him be a kid. You put the spotlight. You put the bullseye on him,
And I get,
right?
yeah, I
So what I'm
understand
saying
that.
is, so now that he's in the league, is it are you a great father for putting that on him, or is it just another legacy thing which makes you more selfish and it's all about you and you're not really caring about your son the way you should? Because we know it's not about the money.
So, I think he cares about his son, and I think he
Of course he
wants,
Absolutely.
does.
and I think
Of
he
course he
wants him to do
does.
great.
Of course he does.
I'm saying the perception of it from a fan standpoint, a media standpoint, will they handle it more so as it's a legacy thing versus, is
Nepotism.
right. That's kind of what I'm trying to ask. I don't, and you may be, it may be a selfish thing. It could be that that's what he's focused on. I'm not
It's
necessarily saying it. I'm asking, like, will the talk about it and everything surrounding it be more so LeBron and what LeBron's
So
doing, and he's
I,
playing with
I'm
his
gonna
son?
make
I'm,
one.
Do
I'm
you
gonna say
understand what
it's
I'm
50,
saying?
I'm gonna say it's
All right.
50-50. But when Bronny, I remember when he was with Cleveland and Bronny was like 4 years old shooting, it was said, one day Bronny's gonna play with his dad in the NBA, or Bronny hopes to be in the NBA with his dad. This was said when he was 4 or 5 years old.
Nobody could have. Nah,
No,
nobody could have
no,
saw.
no. I'm not saying they predicted it. I'm saying a seed was planted in terms of Bronny making it to the NBA. The seed had been planted a long time ago. It We didn't know if LeBron was going to hold up to where they played together, but it's been said and talked about for many years, Bronny being in the league.
But
I'd say
but
of all
you keep
of that.
saying stuff like that, Kevin, and then it's like, so then I have to keep asking you, you know, I already asked you if if he wasn't there, if LeBron wasn't there, then this isn't even a thing.
You asked this year, and I said no, not this year. Could he make it?
But
Could
then
he
it would
make it
be,
to the league?
on his talent,
And
not because of LeBron.
I'm saying to you, I'm saying if LeBron were to if he would have retired, I said he wouldn't have made it to the league this year. But in the future, does that mean that he wouldn't have made it to the NBA? I can't say that he wouldn't have made it. I'm just saying he wouldn't have been drafted this year. That's all I'm
I'll
saying.
say this. I'll
This
say
year.
this.
It may have
I'll
taken
say
2
this.
years. It may have taken him
I'll
3 years, and he may
I'll
have
say
got there.
this.
It may have
But
taken him
If
4. It may have taken him
if
5.
I'm just
This
saying.
nigga gonna
You
keep.
you
if
got, but
if
I'm saying at
LeBron
the end of the
if
day,
LeBron
he
wasn't
was still a McDonald's All-American.
Man, stop telling me he
He's
was a
still
McDonald's
hold on,
All-American,
hold
man.
on.
Like,
man, come on
god
now.
Hold
Yeah,
damn.
on,
because you
hold
know
on,
better. No,
hold
I'm mad
on,
because you know
hold
better. No, no,
on.
no. Just stop saying it though because you
Hold
know
on,
better.
Uban,
Kev,
Uban,
stop. No, just stop.
Wait, hold
But
on,
stop saying the McDonald's
Uban,
All-American
hold
thing.
on.
I
The
already know you
Nike,
about to try to throw the
listen,
stats out about how
no,
many people
I'm
get.
no, I'm about to say. Then afterwards, he played in the Nike Hoop Summit. He actually did well in the Nike Hoop Summit when they had the McDonald's All-Americans and the young USA team against the world team. He played well in that. Go back and look at it. Last spring, he played well, and I was actually shocked. Like, damn,
But
he's
here's
gonna
the but
he's
here
gonna do
is
a little something.
okay. So
He was
Kevin,
given an opportunity, and he
why?
performed in
Why?
that.
Why?
Off of the merit of his father.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
We keep coming back to the same point, is what I'm saying.
That's why when he's bringing up
Yeah,
points, that's why I
but
keep
If
saying like we
if
But
keep
I'm
if
but
saying
I'm
this
but
LeBron
I'm
stuff.
James,
saying,
I'm
but
I'm,
if
I'm
you're
gonna say one
but if
thing.
you're
I'm
given
gonna
an
say one thing.
opportunity and you still perform within that opportunity, then you're good.
I'm gonna
But
say one
but
thing.
if he would have stunk in the Nike Summit, it would have been like that would have been a bad look. It would have
No,
been like, oh,
no, I
he's
get
not
that.
ready.
I get that,
But he performed.
but okay, what would grade his performance at USC?
Greatest performance at a U.
You telling me how he performed? Greatest performance at USC.
I would give him a C. I give him a C.
And that performance is worthy of being drafted in this year's draft.
But I said no, and
I'm
I
just
said
asking.
I
That's
said
all.
no, and
Okay.
I said that if his father weren't in the league, if he retired, I don't believe he would have got drafted this year.
Okay.
I've
He would
said
have
that.
been like
So
Dwayne Wade's son, who we never would have seen again.
I think he's. I've seen them both. I think he's better than D Wade's son, and I
Vastly,
think, huh? No,
vastly.
I think he's better, and I think he has a higher upside. But the other thing, Uban, that you have to look at, this year is a weird year with the draft. This this is like historically the weakest draft class since like 2000. This isn't a very strong class, so it's like if this is the time that you're gonna come out and take a chance, this was the time to take a chance. So there were so many things that stacked in his favor. And I'll go back to it. One,
This nigga Bronny.
being a
This nigga
McDonald's
Bronny.
All-American and being
This
on the
nigga
radar to
Bronny.
be a one and done, coming out in a draft where you're looking at a player's potential and not necessarily what they did. Because if you look, there's another kid, AJ Johnson. AJ Johnson was drafted number 22 by the Milwaukee Bucks. AJ Johnson was a 4-star recruit. He was committed to Texas, but he decommitted from Texas. He went to Australia and played in Australia for a year in the NBDL. He averaged less than 2 points a game and still came back to the States and was still a first round pick.
But what do they say about the kids that go overseas? Even though they may not do well overseas, they're playing against who?
Grown men. But
They're playing against professionals. Hold on.
all of them don't get drafted because Trenton Flowers went to the NBDL as well, same year, and did not get drafted this year.
What I'm
So
saying
it's not a guarantee.
so Bronny had 3 games where he surpassed 10
but it
points.
was a guarantee for Bronny.
He had
What, that-
3
that
games
what?
where he
That he was-
surpassed 10 points.
That he was getting drafted, yes.
Correct. Yeah.
So even if he came out and his game logs were 3 points, 7 points, 5 points, 0, 0, 2, 2, 2, 7, 6, 5, 9, 6, 2, 7, 11, 0, 0, 2, 10, 15. And then to close the season out.
Hey, if you take them zeros out, it sounds like a nigga rolling dice, nigga.
And then look, to close the season out, right? So now this is the end of the season. We're just trying to close it out strong on a team that did not have that much star power. He ended the season 5, 6, 5, and 4.
5.6. How many minutes? How many minutes?
He a fan.
Mhm.
Let me see what his minutes look like. Okay, there we go.
So
his minutes in those games were 15, 17, 14, and 17.
Okay.
All right.
So
what I'm saying is he didn't even in a, so you're telling me that against your peers, guys that may not even make it to the league, you couldn't stand out, right? just for reference again, and I'm not making any comparisons.
Yeah.
Kev, you got a son.
Yeah.
That nigga played at University of San Diego last year.
You're making a comparison.
Yeah,
No. Hold on. No.
Okay. Okay.
There was no fanfare.
Yeah.
There was no fanfare for him, right? He didn't get all the looks that he should have got, that I believe he should have got coming out of high school.
Yeah,
That
he didn't
has
get
the
he didn't get the
prototypical-
looks
That is
when they
true.
played
That's true.
against each other.
Right,
When
exactly.
Bronny was at
Yep.
Sierra Canyon and Kevin led the
Right.
charge.
Okay,
For, you
so
know,
he didn't get the looks, even though he has the prototypical build of a D1 player, an NBA player, height, size, length, everything, right? Athleticism. He plays above the rim. He goes to USD, 15th man on the roster, into the bench. He starts his career there.
That's how he
as a
started his
15th man.
campaign. Yeah.
Okay, he works his way to starter. Niggas ain't who's really watching the West Coast Conference like that, right? You only know the teams at the top. He works his way into the starting lineup. He starts getting players of the freshman of the week, freshman of the month, right? He ends the team on the all freshman team.
Yeah.
Right? The West Coast Conference. Nigga belt. He
got
that
snubbed.
shit to catapult. And he got snubbed as freshman of the year, right? We all
It was
know
a
that.
snub.
But with no
Snub.
Snub,
pick it up.
in that small conference. Hold on. In that small conference where he had no representation, he had nobody speaking up on his behalf on from these big networks and all these college teams. He what they say, you got to lift yourself up from your bootstraps.
You pulled himself up by his bootstraps.
Pulled himself up by his bootstraps. Now he at SC. He earned that, right?
But
it wasn't given to him.
You know what, man? It's because his daddy sucks. His dad ain't got no fucking game.
And he was waking up, walking
So
around like I can't be
he
like
was
that
already
guy.
behind the 8 ball, man.
So my thing,
Boy, niggas
my
ain't
thing
He
shit,
is,
didn't have a chance, man.
when you have somebody that has to do it
Defying the
that way,
odds.
when you have
Niggas
somebody
ain't
that has to
shit.
do it that way, when you have somebody that has to do it that way, it makes you respect that grind more, and it makes you look a certain way at somebody else. And again, that's what I'm saying. He can't. Did you see the draft party? So Bronny has this draft party, right, today, and they're trying to manufacture like him crying and like making this emotional moment. Nigga, you knew. No.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, you knew a year ago that you was gonna be in this position right here. There's no surprise. There's nothing like, and it looked, if you could look through his eyes, man, just look through the surface.
Come on.
It really looks like he wasn't, like he didn't even, like it didn't feel right to him. Like
maybe
right.
it was like, it was surreal. Like, damn, it's really the moment.
Hey,
But
look.
I'm gonna say this, Ubang. I'm gonna say this. I would think that this was more blasphemous if he was taken in the first round by the Lakers. If they said, we're taking him with pick 17, that it would have been like, oh, these niggas is ill.
Hey, but again,
They ill
you
for
said
that.
hey, listen, Kev, you said we had a year to process that.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest questions. Are they going to blow a first round pick on this guy? But guess what? It doesn't matter because Clutch Sports and LeBron, right? But apparently it's not LeBron. They're going to negotiate probably a 4-year fully guaranteed deal for him as a second round pick.
Well, there's different deals. There's I mean, he's probably gonna get the 1.2 million, and you get the second round there's the second round exception. There's the 2-year with the third team, like with the 3-year team option. The third year the team has the option, or it's a 3-year with a 4th-year option. So he can't get anything crazy being slated at 55.
But what I'm telling you is he's locked in for 4
NIL,
years.
nigga.
I don't give a fuck how you want to. I don't give a fuck how you want to. You can
I,
slice it
I,
and
don't,
dice
I
it
don't
however you want
I don't
to.
think he's
And
gonna
then
be
you
locked in
already
for 4
know.
years. I don't
And you
think so,
already
Umar.
know
I think he's
why.
gonna be locked in 2 with the team option for the 3rd. Because there's a bigger
So
play to this.
so they gave
There's a bigger
LeBron
play.
they offered
Now,
LeBron a
listen.
3-year
Hold
max,
on.
right?
Hold on, DP. What's the bigger play?
Uh,
Take me further down fantasy Island. When is
the
Bryce coming on?
Man,
no,
you hopping back in the car with this nigga,
nah,
man.
yeah. Come on, man. Let's take a ride, man.
He said
We gonna
it's a bigger play. I know Bryce
yeah.
is involved. Show me.
Nah,
When,
he might be, but we're gonna take a ride and we're gonna get on that 15 freeway and we're gonna head north on that 15 freeway.
Vegas.
Excuse me, and we're going to Vegas
When they start a team and LeBron's
when
the
they
owner.
when they start the team. LeBron's the owner, and Bronny's playing for Vegas, and who knows, Bryce might be playing for Vegas as well.
Hey,
That's the
and
bigger
and, and
play.
and listen, and why not? I wouldn't even be mad at it. With all this
That's
being
the bigger
said,
play.
with all this being
and
said, am
and
I
then like when
wrong to say that I'm actually rooting for him to ball out?
Oh, I am too.
I want to see him
I am
win.
too. But I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It has to work.
I mean, I'm not
It's
hey,
gonna
hating.
and
work.
then
I'm
and
not
then
hating on the kid. Like he got
once
there.
It's
I
gonna work,
understand how he got
Ubang.
there.
hey
I get why Ubang brought the point up that he brought up as far as Kevin Jr. And in that sense, you think that they're a kid. Even when we talked about Boogie Ellis, like
Yeah.
or whoever else didn't get drafted that you think should have gotten an opportunity over
There's
Bronny James.
but
I'm
there's
sure there's a lot. There's other cases that you could put out there. So that is a point. That is a real thing that you shouldn't just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Because politics and all kind of shit, it happens and
I
it
wasn't
is
gonna
bullshit.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say whatever, but it happens every
I'm
year.
not saying you.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying you. I'm saying in general, anybody
Yeah.
who's looking at this or putting it
hey
under a microscope, don't just push that to
hey
the side. He's in there
hey
now.
Kev.
However it happened, at this
What's up?
point, I'm just saying I'm not rooting against him.
And when they get to Vegas, make sure that you bring back up the story about how a young Jerry Buss put his daughter on, because LeBron has a daughter too. So fuck it, make her GM. You can
Uh
bring on Zuri.
can't
Yeah, Zuri will be
hey man, I'm not doubting that wouldn't happen. Why wouldn't that
got
happen?
Zuri, you got Bryce, you got Bronny. Pops is running the team. Yeah, shit, he might dust off the saddles and come down there and suit up one more time, as like I said, like how Caitlin Clark is, the bearded woman and all this other shit. Hey, nigga, the circus is in town. We in Vegas. Fuck it. LeBron James and Sons. You know what I'm saying? These niggas 3/5 of a starting lineup getting cooked every night. Every night, like the Washington Generals.
Hey man,
Oh,
I'm saying, man, it's a bigger play. This
Okay.
is just part one of the play.
I believe it.
This is but he's gonna succeed. He'll succeed.
LeBron or Bronny?
Bronny's gonna succeed because he's got the backing. He's got a team around him. They're gonna help him make it. They're never gonna put him in a position to fail. They won't. And
AD praises Bronny pick. Of course, AD. What the fuck else you gonna do?
Ubang headline her now. Looking at this shit like this.
Like,
Shit.
fuck out of here. Anyway,
I mean,
hey man,
Ubang, if Bronny doesn't score in the league, but he's a tenacious defender, he succeeded because he's carved out a niche as a defender.
I'm not a Laker fan.
They're
I'm
gonna
not
find different ways to help this guy succeed, man.
Listen, I'm not a Lakers fan, and I'm still like I still want to see him win, man. I don't want to see him fail. I want to see the kid do his thing.
The funny thing is, this shit is reminding me, big picture, of Drake versus Kendrick, right? Drake has all the motherfucking media members and got all the motherfucking big voices behind him to give him that push. But ultimately, man, he's gonna have to get out there and actually play. Like, there's only so many ways and so many different ways they can protect you. Eventually, nigga, you're going to have to do something to back up whatever the fuck it is they say you can do. Like, that's the beautiful
Hey.
thing about sports.
Fuck that. That nigga LeBron, as soon as they pass the Bronny, man, he gonna be over there on the double like nigga. you think you done see that nigga hustle before? That nigga gonna be playing like the sixth man out there, nigga.
Hey, Bron,
This nigga in two places at one time.
Bron is definitely gonna make sure that he can rack up 10 assists a game, right? Son, just give it to me, and nigga, I'm gonna give it everything I got to make sure this ball goes in the basket. But like I said, they can protect him and give him all kind of support and all kind of media push, and the league can want what's best for whatever fantasy they trying to cook up. But at the end of the day, this nigga still gotta perform. If he can't perform, they can't save him.
That nigga gonna have media in that bitch like they was following Lynn Sanity. Like they was following Jeremy Lin. It's gonna be media in that bitch every single game, following him, trying to see what's going on. It's all gonna be under a microscope, man. You know what I'm saying? So another question would be, does he have more pressure than LeBron had when he initially came into the league? Does Bronny have more pressure?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, we got different opinions. Uban says yes. KP says no.
No, he doesn't have.
Let me know why. Let me know why y'all think that, and then we could probably close this out.
I'll give my point first. When LeBron James came into the league, he had what was considered the most amount of pressure ever, right? And it was because he was the newest, latest, greatest thing. Before him, it was probably KG and Kobe, but KG was a number one pick, so that would probably be like the closest thing to it. But
KG was number 6.
KG didn't go 1?
No, I think he went
like
6.
My fault. So, but KG was the first. Well, he was the first guy.
He was the first one to come out of high school since Moses Malone.
Since Moses Malone,
25-year gap or something like that.
So, yeah, he had the pressure making that jump from high school. With LeBron, even though he had the pressure, LeBron had been famous since he was in 8th grade. LeBron was being featured on Sports Illustrated. LeBron had high school games being shown on ESPN, and LeBron, it was a foregone conclusion that he was the greatest thing, since you pick it and name it. He was kicking it with LeBron. I mean, with Jay-Z. He was kicking it with the stars in high school, right? So LeBron, he had pressure, but he was already performing. Add to that there was no social media wasn't like that back then. Now, you talk about someone that already has a bunch of eyes on him. Everybody, a majority of people outside of your suitors are saying that you don't deserve to be in the position that you're in. And with that comes a bunch of people that don't mind seeing you fail, and they don't mind seeing you fail on social media, where social media amplifies everything. It's a bitch right now that said Hawk Tua, whatever the fuck she said.
The Hawk Tua.
Everybody's looking for a viral moment, right? And she got a Hollywood agent now. She got a Hollywood agent off of that one moment. Social media has blown everything so far out of proportion that it's reality. So if you got 100 million people on multiple platforms saying you ain't shit, you have a bad game, you gotta,
instantaneously saying
no, exactly. and it's hitting the masses right away, and you know it's going to lead on ESPN, and you know Skip Bayless, woo, you just revitalized Skip Bayless for another 5 or 6 years because he ready to talk shit every time another LeBron ain't doing right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's more than LeBron could ever imagine as far as when we're talking pressure, because it's instant, it's in your face, and it can get to so many people, and everybody's looking for a viral moment any way possible, even if that means I got to trash this dude. You know what I'm saying? Pages. Hey, man, we got a page dedicated to, like, you know, talking shit about Lil Bronny. Like, what about Thanasis? Right? There's pages dedicated to showing this niggas lowlights.
So,
right?
so the way the media is handled now is the reason why you're saying that Bronny
That media
has more pressure.
Yes, absolutely. I still want to know what, you know,
so
and I don't want to know, but there's still a cloud around. There's still a cloud around. I'm saying there's still a cloud around his heart condition.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I didn't know what you were gonna say, but
it isn't like, did we get any clarification on what that was?
It's been hush hush. They just said he was cleared.
Okay, and I'm and Kev say I be saying too much. I be doing. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, it was. So,
which, I mean, I hope he is, because I mean, not to kind of go down that route, but I thought about Shaq and his son.
Yeah,
and you know,
he actually had to get open heart surgery.
He had to get surgery.
Yeah,
but Bronny didn't have to get surgery.
Are we do no? And we don't know.
Okay,
it wasn't disclosed that he had to get surgery.
Could it have been foul play? Could it have been not a heart condition, but something else? Hey, Bronny, you've been out here in LA, partying in LA since you were a high schooler.
No,
I don't know.
Again, I don't want to speculate. I'm just telling you that it was too quiet. If it was something that was that we could easily, it could easily be, you know, verified or whatever. Hey, he had whatever. Why would they keep it hush? Are you trying to hide a medical condition so that he can come play in the league? How selfish of a father would you be to try and do that if it's a medical condition that could be life-threatening?
So let's.
I'm asking. This is just a legitimate question.
Yeah, no, and I'm just gonna say that I would hope that is
they
absolutely not the case.
They do thorough testing before they draft a player or say that a player is able to be drafted. They do thorough.
Not for LeBron, testing. Not without Adam Silver, and y'all want to. This is just part one of the NBA and LeBron play.
But they're still going to do thorough testing though. They do full body scans on the players.
Oh, okay.
They do all that stuff.
And like I was saying with Shaq, and it was Sharif, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because Sharif, and he was actually good, and it was man, that condition just kind of derailed him, and then when he had to transfer and stuff like that, I thought about all of that. I'm just speaking on it, but I wasn't trying to like bring that into the fold to say that there's some sort of a comparison with that. But when Ubang mentioned that, I did think about that with Shaq and his son. And I guess if I were to mention something about it.
Okay, I'm saying you asked a question.
Oh, go ahead. Let me let you go ahead.
Who had more pressure?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said LeBron had more pressure. What does LeBron have tatted on his back?
I don't know. I ain't looking at that nigga's back.
It's the chosen one. So basically, he was the first overall pick coming out of high school, coming to the league in a draft that in a 2003 draft that rivaled the 96 draft. So when he came to the Cleveland organization, he was looked upon as the savior. I remember the first ESPN commercials against the Sacramento Kings when they had him on the commercial against the Sacramento Kings and basically saying if he was ready or not, and the whole crowd was quiet and he was standing there, and they were waiting for him to dribble the ball, and he did something, and the crowd erupted. The man had a ton of pressure because he had more hype than anything that we've ever seen. We're talking about, the scrutiny of him being suspended in high school because the man had throwback jerseys, and they were like, "You're getting money." This man signed a $90 million Nike contract before he played in the NBA, the same year that Kobe was up for renewal and only got 40 million because he was going through the allegations alleged, in Colorado. So
It was very convenient how Kobe's case cleared the way for LeBron to ascend. But
okay, I'm saying
Go
again,
ahead.
he got a $90 million contract before he played from Nike. So it was like, and he had a signature shoe
What
before he.
what does Sebastian Telfair have?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
There's a lot
yeah.
of hype with him as well around
Yeah,
that.
he
It
did.
was.
I think
But
he came out the year before. He came out the year
here's
before.
the difference. Here's the
So-
difference. Here's the difference between Bron and Bronny.
So I'm just saying, so he had that pressure. He had the pressure of, is this guy gonna be ready? And then when he was ready, then it was like, well, can this guy win? And then when he won, it's like this guy had to go to Miami to win. He didn't do one in he didn't win one for Cleveland. Then it's like, okay, he won one in Cleveland, and then he went to LA. Can he win one in LA? This guy has been through pressure his whole career, and he's always answered the call. Nobody will ever go through the amount of pressure and scrutiny that LeBron James is going through.
Now scrutiny is one thing.
He's under pressure for his son.
Hold on.
Yes,
Hold on.
those are two different things.
Scrutiny and pressure is two totally different things. And let me say this: LeBron James, the reason he had chosen one tatted on his back is because he has supreme confidence and his skill set backed it up. I bet you one thing: if you pull little Bronny James jersey off, you ain't gonna see chosen one on his back because LeBron coming into the league.
What you gonna see?
daddy's son. But
hey man, come on, man.
But what I'm saying is
the Nas
when LeBron, hold on,
Godson. Godson. Oh man.
With LeBron, it takes a real dude. Like it takes a real dude to get chosen one tatted across your back, right? But again, LeBron knew what he was bringing to the league. He was a grown man against boys when he was in high school. You can't teach 6'8", can jump to the 12th floor. Like, it's not. Bronny doesn't even have the intangibles his dad had. So when his dad came in, you chosen one on your back is because you know everything was lined up for you. Because with again, Gloria James did not line the path for LeBron to walk in like he's doing for Bronny.
True.
Everything he got was out the mud. And yes, he was driving a Hummer in high school because everybody fucking knew that LeBron James, living in the projects, probably never came in that motherfucker, probably had an apartment or a house that he was really kicking it in and doing all this shit, getting paid under the table and all this other shit. It was a foregone conclusion. And the difference between him and Sebastian Telfair, again, the intangibles. You cannot teach 6'8" freight train, jumps to the 12th floor. Like Sebastian Telfair, at the end of the day, you were skilled on a high school level. But when you came to the league, everybody is just as fast. Everybody's just as skilled, and you're short. LeBron James had a certain skill set Right. LeBron James, even if he couldn't shoot, remember when LeBron came to the league, he couldn't shoot. But I'll be damned if a motherfucker stand in front of him. He was Zion without the eating habit. Like he was, no, I'm serious. Because Zion had a chance. Zion had a chance to take that mantle and be like a LeBron-esque type player.
It's over for Zion.
It's not over, but even
It's not
him,
over.
because of his intangibles, listen to what I'm saying. Like even with LeBron, because of Zion's intangibles, even this nigga can't even eat his way out the league because he's just the intent. He can jump above the rim. He's like those skill sets that you have, like those things translate, and you don't really need to learn anything. Like everything LeBron did was just adding to his tool chest. Okay, I'm gonna have to learn how to get it. I'm gonna have to learn to, pick up a jump shot. I'm gonna have to mid-range, three-pointer, all the other stuff.
But people say that he's also a cerebral player. That
he's
a basketball savant, along with his coach JJ Redick.
He brought all of that to the table from day one. So there was no question whether he was going to be a success. It was just how big of a success was he going to be. And he was willing to put the work in, put the money and time in to making sure that he was. What I'm saying is LeBron James Jr. or Bronny, he can want to do all that shit that Bron is doing. If it don't translate, niggas is going to be on your bumper and your dad can't save you forever. And you really don't even want to be in that role where niggas is looking to his dad to save him.
Are you rooting for LeBron James Jr.? Are you rooting for Bronny?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Lakers. This is a fucking Laker.
But Uban,
just need to make sure because this whole episode, nigga.
Before LeBron was compared to Jordan, right? And he was first coming to the league. The comparisons were Amari Stoudemire, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Garnett. Will he be as good as them? Will he perform as a high schooler coming to the league like they've performed? Will he do that? That was a lot of scrutiny. Bronny doesn't have that same scrutiny. I agree with you with the social media pressure.
Why doesn't he have that same scrutiny?
He doesn't have the scrutiny of being compared to having to perform like a great.
Why does he not have it?
Because he was a 55 pick. Because everybody sees where he is.
Because he's a 55 pick?
Because he's a second round pick and you see where he is. So no one is expecting Bronny to be great in the NBA.
It has nothing to do with where he was
selected. I'm saying nobody's expecting him to be great.
If he was selected number 1,
he would be expected to be great.
Oh.
There's a difference.
If the Lakers use their first round pick on him this year, he would be expected to be great.
Yes. Look at Kwame Brown. Look at Kwame Brown. If Kwame Brown
you are really going to sit here and tell me
if Kwame Brown wasn't taken first overall, people would not be talking or he would not go through the scrutiny that he's went through. If he wasn't a first overall pick, if he was taken 55, nobody would say anything about Kwame's career. But because he was taken number 1.
What number pick did the Lakers have in this year's draft? What was
17.
it?
17.
So 17. You're saying if Bronny James was selected 17, he would be expected to do great.
He would be under a lot more scrutiny. Absolutely.
Ubang,
yes. Yes.
Hey, listen.
Does it matter if it was 55 or 17?
Yeah, that matters.
Your expectations change because it's 55 or 17.
Absolutely. Just like the money that they pay you is different. Yes.
We know that the money, we know, Kevin, we know all of that.
No,
like,
so I'm saying,
let's not talk like we don't know all of that.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, so if it's like any job, if I pay you more, I expect you to do more.
What I'm telling you is that
whoa. Given the circumstance and everything surrounding it, we've been talking for an hour and a half. And given all of that shit that's been said, you're still talking about pick 17 versus 55.
Absolutely. Yes.
That
And
doesn't
I'm
make sense to me.
Yes.
and I'm letting you know right now that if LeBron
Yeah.
James Jr. was an undrafted free agent pickup for the Lakers, he'd still have pressure on him.
Thank you. It
I'm
does
I'm
not matter. It
I'm
doesn't
not
matter
saying
where
I'm
it
not
does. It
I'm not
doesn't
saying that he
matter
won't
where
have
he was
pressure.
picked.
I'm not saying that he won't have
It
pressure.
wouldn't be
I'm talking
any
about the
less
amount
or
of
any
pressure.
more.
Because if you're pick 17, you're not seeing the
It
G
would
League.
not
You're
be
you're
any
playing the
less
whole
or any
entire
more,
game
man.
in the NBA. You're not on a two-way. But if you're
But
55,
again,
you're
It's
on a
but
two-way.
it's a
It's
different
gonna
but
be
when you're
different.
circumstance, Kevin.
no.
You're
He's
not
not on.
talking about the kid who went to Australia and came back and
And,
got drafted. That's not who you
and
talking about.
and guess what? He's not on a two-way. His agent already told you that he will not accept a two-way. Right? Remember, that's the pressure. Like now, because it's all the inside shit. It's all the perks you're getting. Like, no, he's not gonna be a two-way player. Rich Paul already said he will not sign a two-way. My player is gonna be signed outright.
I don't
The
I
55th pick.
I'm just saying I don't care where he was drafted, what pick they had. As long as they picked him up, he got drafted. And he's gonna be it's gonna be eyes on him anyway.
I'm saying that there's pressure.
I'm
I'm
saying the
j-
pressure
I'm
doesn't change from
I'm saying
17 to
yeah,
55.
I'm saying that
Okay,
yeah,
I
that's what we
disagree with you.
disagree.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what we disagree.
Yeah, great. Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I think that either way it goes, motherfuckers should just wear jersey number 55. Fuck it. Go all in. Wear 55, nigga. Double nickel. That shit would
as as
actually be
as
hard.
as as,
Nah, he
as
gonna be in that
comparison,
zero.
as comparison, let's take Angel Reese, right? NCAA champion, uh, player of the year in high school, SEC player of the year last year. Um, came into the WNBA with plenty accolades, and she's under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure just because it's a lot of motherfuckers out there just want to see her fail. Like,
Would that
and
have
that's what I'm.
changed if she was drafted in the last pick in the W?
Nope,
That's what I'm saying. Like
nope.
it is what it is based on who she is, and it
Yep.
is what it is based on who he is, who his daddy is, all the shit
And
that's been talking about.
where your mama stay, where your
I,
grandmama stay.
I still think it. I think that
What I'm saying is all of
I
that,
think that the
the
position
DP
does
said,
change it.
all
The draft
all that stuff
position
the
does
DP
change it.
says. Hold on, Kev. All that stuff the DP says is all based off of social media. You got TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, all the other shit. You got the old school motherfuckers on Facebook, right? You have so many different ways that information can get out, right? I just told you, some chick that said to a spit on that thing just got a Hollywood agent, and now she's considered talent because of a moment. Everybody's looking for a moment. Everybody's trying to go viral at anyone's expense. There will be accounts made of LeBron James Jr. lowlights. There will be accounts out there that are pushing in his favor. They're gonna highlight his, or accentuate his highlights. So because there's going to be a push and pull, anytime you have a push and pull, your name just continues to get brought up, whether it's good or it's bad, right? And your name is constantly going to be in there. And then on top of that, I'm talking about social media. What about ESPN?
Right.
What about Fox Sports? For the first month or so, they're going to cover you like you were the number one pick in the draft.
And it starts tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah.
When all these motherfuckers start, well, this morning, because we on this bitch, it's already late. But
yeah,
guaranteed that's gonna be what's leading all the motherfucking headlines and the stories.
Yeah.
It is, man.
I agree. And it was something that you asked earlier. You said Bronny wasn't invited to the green room, and it's for that reason. It would have taken the light and the shine away from everybody else that was getting drafted in the first round. All
No,
the
it wouldn't
cameras would
have.
have
It
been
had
on
nothing
him.
to do with. It had nothing to do with that. It
No, I'm
had
saying
everything to do with.
all the cameras would have been on
But
him.
But it
Kevin,
had more to do
Kevin, with
with
the shit that you keep saying, it just keeps speaking to like it doesn't matter where this nigga went in the draft. Like it, everything that you're putting out there that you're adding to
I'm saying that
the
I'm
fire
saying that
just
there's pressure.
speaks to that.
I'm saying that there's pressure. There's going to be pressure regardless. I'm still saying there would be more pressure. There would have been
if
more pressure if the Lakers would have taken him
if
at
the
17.
and listen to me. The reason he wasn't in the green room is because his spot was solidified last year. And if Rich Paul knew that the Lakers were gonna, if they were gonna force the Lakers to take him in the first round, his ass would have been in the motherfucking green room, suited and booted, probably with an ode to his dad with the white suit and everything. Like he would have been in the green room because Rich Paul has basically navigated his career so far, right? So if Rich Paul knew he was going to be a first round pick, that he was going to force the Lakers to make him a first round pick, his ass would have been sitting in the green room. Because they knew that he wasn't going to be a first round pick, why trot him out there for the cameras to follow him? And he had that disappointed, like long face look.
So he could be in there like Brady Quinn. That's impressive, and still
Right.
sitting in the motherfucking green room, waiting to be drafted. Nigga, like, fuck
You
out of here.
know, looking at his cell phone and checking text messages.
Right.
Like, yeah, they did him a solid because they knew a year ago he was going to go to the Lakers in the second round. And to ensure that, I'm going to put the memo out. Me and Adam Silver are going to put the memo out that nobody better touch the kid until the Lakers want him at 55. Like, so again, go look at Bronny James. Go look at his ass at the draft party. That wasn't a real laugh. That was like you know,
Hey man, nah,
he
said
probably
it was written, man.
Yeah, he's probably in group chats with his real friends, and they like, she's fucking what they call them, those silver spoon babies, and you know, like whatever. It's just it is what it is. But hey, respect to Bronny. As a Laker fan, I'm pissed because like I just don't see. I see these niggas is trying to be on some gimmicky shit. You know, we talk about how popular and how valuable the Lakers franchise is, but something that doesn't really get talked about a lot is that the Lakers don't really have. They're one of the few owners in these major sports leagues that get all of their income from basketball. They don't have like how the Miami owner also owns Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeah,
like there's no income. There's no.
Didn't you refer to them as like the mom and pop shop of the
They
NBA?
run
Like,
it like
yeah,
they run it like a mom and pop, but again, because they only had this is their only stream of income, it lends to why LeBron can hold them hostage because it's really not even about winning. Like even if we can't win, we gotta fill the seats. So LeBron, however you want to do it, you got us by the balls. We gotta fill the seats. And what LeBron is gonna do with his son as a gimmick, first year, they're gonna sell out Las Vegas with in the summer league. That's crazy. All right. And then, let's see if we can manufacture him an MVP in the summer league. Or shit, knowing how LeBron and Rich Paul move, he may play one game, 5 minutes, and that's it. That's all you get from us. We shutting it down for the rest of the summer. So
hey, Kevin, you say he gonna be protected, right?
Yeah.
We go see that nigga LeBron playing in the summer league.
Like that nigga Ron Artest was doing with the Sacramento Kings. Like,
playing enforcer. Playing
Oh
enforcer.
shit!
Nigga Ron is in year 7 playing with the Sacramento. Like, this nigga is tripping.
Hey, I don't know if we said that, man, but damn, it's kind of late. It's kind of late in the live. But man, if y'all haven't already, please like, share, or subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all
that. Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
All
about
that.
giving them options.
that.
Ain't no option. Hey,
Yeah.
they said
Do
Rich
all
Paul.
3.
Hey, they said Rich Paul had the NBA at gunpoint. LeBron got the Lakers at gunpoint. We got y'all at gunpoint, nigga. Like, share, and
Like,
subscribe.